been aligned, and we're also aligned with two other guys who have the most credit in AWC.
Hey, we were on live. So, here's up, you guys. It is Tyler. Welcome to the Tyler Williams
I deserve to
channel.
be in this.
And we just got off of a 4-hour, basically counting the pre-show, 4-hour show, All Wrestling Kingdom 2. I am here with Franklin Zamora, Tajo Francis, Alejandro Leyva, and Taka Rinzanoshi.
Hello, guys.
Hey guys, it's me.
Oh, and Dave.
You're mean, Tyler.
I literally almost forgot the name of the office. But we just got off of All Wrestling Kingdom 2. And before we get into it, will we say that this was better than the first All Wrestling Kingdom?
Yes.
I was on it.
Just because I was watching.
Yes, it really was.
Yes, it's really good.
Match quality is much better.
I didn't like the ending, but it was still good.
Oh, the ending was what made it better.
Hey, let's start with the
My
pre-show.
interest was the best
So the
part
first
of
match
Kingdom.
we had was Shinji Kido versus Judas Maxwell versus, what's his name? I don't forgot his name. Chadwick for to crown the
question,
final
though.
Chamberlain's champion.
Chadwick should have won.
Wait, I have a question.
I think
Why
everyone
was
should say Chadwick.
Keto a ginger?
Huh?
Why was the Keto a ginger?
I wish Shinji Kido a ginger.
Just
He was
bad
supposed to
enough
look
doesn't-
like Akuma.
if he doesn't have a soul, it's even worse when you give him the trademark of not having one.
Well, that was a pretty good way to start off the show.
You
Start off the
Tucker,
pre-show.
Indies girl had a gender bend moment.
We saw Judas Maxwell pin Chadwick become the final Wimbledon's champion. I would give this match.
Useless anyway.
I would give this match a 7.5 out of 10. What would you guys give it?
I give it
I got a 7.
I'd give it a 7 just because of the ending.
I'll still give it a 5 because of the ending. Otherwise, it'd be a 7.
Then we got to War.
Mm-hmm.
18
Oh, that was some
men,
quality
3
shit.
rings, 3 battle royals, 1 elimination chamber. I'm not gonna tell you every single person that was in each ring because that would be forever. But the winner of the final 2 of ring 1, I believe, was a and Austin Cage. In ring 2, it was Eleanor Brown and TJ Shadows, and in ring 3, it was Adam Velaz and DC
Ring 1 was TJ and what was it?
Technically speaking,
Eleanor Brown.
Technically speaking, the order doesn't matter. It's just a matter of letting people know the winners.
Yeah.
Yeah, order doesn't matter.
So it was
Just
6-man run elimination chamber match. TJ was the first person eliminated by Shocker, and that would play a big role into how he reacted to his loss later on in the main show. But we'll get into that later. So after TJ got eliminated, it was then Eleanor who got eliminated. Following Eleanor was Austin Cage. Then, shockingly, DC Zamjam, because I think everyone would have thought the final 2 would have been DC and Adam, but DC was eliminated by Adam. So then the final 2 came down to Akuto and Adam. And at this point, it's like, is Adam Balaj really going to win twice in a row? He won at last year's Kingdom. Is he going to win at this year's Kingdom too? It'll almost be like granting him 3 Rumble wins in a row. But he didn't. Akuto, shocking victory. Shocking way to start off at the pre-show. Defeats Adam. And he removes his mask to reveal that he is none other than the man he wasn't originally supposed to be on the show to begin with, Jay Blade.
Woohoo! Slit.
That was pretty hype, though. No one expected that.
I did.
What the fuck you did, Alonzo?
I predicted everything that was going to happen in this pay-per-view.
So you predicted you losing?
I knew I was going to lose.
Yeah, everybody knew he was gonna lose.
Just
I
continue.
didn't think I'd lose to the guy who won.
Yeah, I don't think anyone. Yeah. But anyway, what would you guys rate the War at the Kingdom? I give it a solid 9.
I give it 9.
7.5.
Bitch.
I got a 9.
8.5.
So then we move on to the main show. The first match was T Dynamite versus Dane for the Intercontinental Championship, and this was a
Intercontinental.
This is a really good way to start the show. I believe they were in the ring for about a good 13 minutes. Had an all-out brawl. It almost was like neck and neck. You almost couldn't tell who was gonna win, but Dane pulled off the victory to win his first singles.
And boy, was T Dynamite and that one T Dynamite fan salty. They stayed quiet until the main event in AWC.
His first singles title. So, who would you guys rate that match?
I give that match a 9.5.
I give it maybe 8.5.
I give it another 9 because that was a really great match.
Give it an
8.5.
If they tried,
Great wrestling.
I don't know.
Told a good story.
Would you say that match topped Alejandro versus Jin from last year?
Definitely,
Probably, yeah.
most definitely. This match had much more emotion and much more on the line.
Yeah, there was much more of a story behind this match than Jin and Alejandro.
Yeah, because those two didn't like each other since forever.
Exactly. It was all building up to this match. And they
But now
finally
we
see
walk
that
to the
win.
next match.
Then we get on to the next match. And the next match, BWB versus the Mental Stoner.
Well, that match was good. I think it should have been
Yeah.
ranked, though.
The only thing was,
Even better.
this was booked as a Monsters Ball, and this was the farthest thing from a Monsters Ball as you could get.
Yeah, wasn't that as extreme?
Weapons came out, but none were ever used.
Oh, really? The ladder came into play.
But it was rarely used.
No, these men were really going at it. They're using their fists.
But in the end,
I got
after
two
2
fists.
recoils, Stoner won.
Stoner defeated BWB to win the Monsters Brawl. BWB always loses. I would give this match a solid 7.5.
I would give it an 8.
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give it like a low 8.
Low, okay. So then we get on to the next match. Steel Cage versus Law and Disorder. Now, mind you, Law and Disorder already won the Best of 5 series. This was almost like the rubber match in a sense because if Steel Cage lost again, they're fired. So Steel Cage had their last attempt to stay within the company, and it was successful. They eliminated both members of Law and Disorder while keeping all their members intact. And Steel Cage came out the victor.
Good for Steel Cage.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
And
Oh.
I wouldn't call it shit. I think they had to strategize this time. Even though they still feel like their chemistry is not as concrete as
On
Law and
Disorder.
Disorder. I felt like they were on the same page that night, and it worked to their advantage because they beat them. So I would give this match a. I wouldn't say this is the worst match on the card. What? Maybe I might say this is the worst match. I'll give it like I'll give it a 6.5. It's not too memorable, but it was a good match nonetheless.
I feel like 7.5 or 8.
No one else rates this match.
Wait, what match was it?
Tag the match.
I'll give it a 7.
It was pretty solid, I guess. I'd give it like a 7, yeah.
So now we move on to the next match. Alaska Summer versus the Mystery Opponents. TJ can take away from here. He's so hype about it.
I think he just left. But that was a great match. I'd say it was it was the best Divas match on the card, and it was probably one of the highlights of tonight, I'd say.
Tara Raven Shadows makes her debut, and you would think it would have been a squash match, but it wasn't. Both men were fierce. They went at each other's neck.
Okay.
What? So funny. There was one point where Alaska did a leg drop DDT onto the rope, and it looked like Tara almost died for a second, but nonetheless, she was okay. Tara Shadows.
Here we go. We have the return of Mr. Taka.
I just love how Skype keeps kicking me out. So what match are we on?
You can cover
Tara
Set.
vs. Alaska.
Ah, yes, the debut of my baby sister. I'm so proud of her.
She won.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, she won with the family tradition, the good old Shadow Stomp. Surprised she didn't use her variation, but all's well that ends well.
I felt like it was more of a better thing if she used the regular Shadow Stomp.
I mean, sure. I mean, TJ is more known for all his variations. Tara's main bread and butter is the Moon Stomp version of it. But, what can you do? It's your debut. You don't want to show off too much.
Yeah, leave the door open for some more scooping. I give this match 8.
I mean, if you take away the favoritism of family, I also give this an 8.
Yeah, I give it an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an
8.
8.
High 8, low 9.
Then we move on to the next match. It is DC Zamcham versus El Sabone for the AWC Championship.
You had El Sabone with that new mask, and you had Joker version of DC Zam.
The Black Sabone. So these two went at it. It was actually it was good, but it felt kind of short. I was only thinking
I felt like if they would have been given a couple more minutes, it would have been a 5-star classic. But I'd still say this is a solid 8.
I'd give it a 7.5.
I thought you were about to say that. I'll give it an 8 too. Well, no, I'll give it a 7.5.
Wait, what match?
El Sabone
DC versus El Sabone.
I give it an 8.
Yeah, 8.
And what followed was the women's match. D versus Nikki Vega. And sadly, I feel like no one.
I personally did not care about this match. It did not live up to the hype that you gave it. I'm saying this right now. Worst match of the night. I give it a 4.5.
Bam.
Give it a 5.
I'll be nice. I think they did some good stuff. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. It's kind of
Tyler wanted to avoid the 6.
Match of the night is a toss up between that and Steel Cage versus Law and Disorder. Even though we didn't have a bad match per se, we're being worse match as in it wasn't as good as the rest.
The women's okay, it's not so much a bad match, but this is Kingdom. This is the final AWC, quote unquote. So you're supposed to bring your A game. If that's their A game, then we probably should have waited a bit longer to start making a concrete women's division.
Yeah, put them back in developmental.
Yeah. So then after that we move on to Tyler Williams versus Black Overns.
Oh no, I think you skipped over a very important segment.
Is that you fighting JC?
You skipped over.
Yeah, I did. TJ Shadows versus JC.
It was an important match because JC was talking all that crap about me losing, and I decided, you know what's a good way to cure cancer?
First off, TJ came off in a new attire. He came out shirtless.
He came out in my normal attire.
No, it wasn't. No, he didn't.
That's my normal attire, not your normal attire.
Still.
Yeah.
Looks pretty, he looked like a mercenary in a way, but he came out there, he absolutely manslaughtered JC, tried to kill him. Well, first of all, he got disqualified, so JC won that match.
I don't care.
On top of that, he tried to kill JC, which was a little over the top, but hey.
I'm pretty sure, well, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, think about what happened. I mean, 20 different Shadow Stomp variations were performed, including a guillotine one with his head trapped in a chair and me jumping from a 20-foot tall ladder.
Well, thank God that he kind of escaped before he can take all that pressure, because I'm sure if he would have like killed him.
Oh yeah. If he had took that all the way, his head would have splattered into the audience. But he moved, so my boot caught him in the eye, so he no longer has a right eye. Not apologizing, by the way.
Yes.
So yeah, he talked too much crap, and I decided you need to be made my bitch.
I guess we now know the reason why Caillou was canceled.
Oh
no,
would
think of
give this beatdown a 8
this
out of
beatdown
10.
is a 9. This beatdown is a 9.
I'll give
And I'm
it
not
an 8.
just favoritism. This is a 9.
I give it a 9, but I kind of feel like it dragged on for a little bit.
It was supposed to drag on. Someone needed to get hurt.
And all the Make-A-Wish horses and all the Make-A-Wish men couldn't put Caillou back together again.
Boo.
See, it goes back to what that Vine said. This is what happens if Caillou grew up in the hood. He messed with the wrong white person and he got hurt.
Okay, now. Bump it up.
I have a perfect picture to describe how this angle got started. DJ,
Now.
let me send this.
Now, we get on to the next match I was getting to, but I was cut off because I had to remind about this match. We got to Tyler Williams versus Black Ogre, and Tyler Williams wins. He regains full control of AWC, and Black Ogre wins. All control goes to Adam or Super Sauce.
We'll get to that later.
Okay, so this was one of the instances of a match where it was good, but it felt short.
I actually felt it went longer than expected.
Well, of course, you thought it would have been a squash.
I thought it was a bad actually.
No, I like, in all honesty, I did not think it was going to be a squash, but I did not think this was going to be a barn burner. I thought this match would reach the 15-minute mark at least. It barely reached 10.
Yeah, the match was about like 7 or 8 minutes. The Black Ogre Tyler had parts where he was coming back, but it was mainly Black Ogre almost the whole time.
I think the biggest thing is I don't feel either one is used to submission matches, even Tyler, who has a submission finisher. But
Yeah, that was his second hold, and he started the tap. So
But in the end, the most important thing was these simple words. Tyler tapped like a bitch.
Ooh, those strong words.
And not only to any move, you tapped out to a camel clutch. So I guess the Black Ogre made you humble, didn't he?
Corey Guerrero made that.
okay, so Black Ogre defeats Tyler. I would give this match a 6.5. If anything, this is probably with Queen D and Iggy Vegas. Probably thought.
Honestly, I think it's a little bit underrated. I honestly thought that this deserves an 8.5.
Really? I think it was good.
I think this was Black Ogre's.
I thought there were some pretty nice move combinations there that just stuck out to me.
Yeah, this is true from both competitors, so I'll give this match a 7.5.
I'll give it an 8.
Because there's no way in hell this match is getting lower than Queen D and Nikki Vega.
What was the rating
I mean,
for
we got to
Queen
see
D?
Tyler tap out. That's a pretty fun moment for us.
But then a twist, which was one of many twists. There were way too many twists. But one of many twists tonight.
So many
Swerve.
twists. I think M. Night Shyamalan was producing this.
Shit. What are you talking? So then
Swerve.
it was revealed that Tyler Williams had sold his shares of the company before his match, as he was almost anticipating that he may lose the match. He decided, well, if I lose, I don't want Adam to run the whole company because I still hate Adam. So I'm going to sell my shares to someone else. What sucked about it is that had Tyler won, he still would have been the shareholder, which would have been really bad on his part. So,
Yeah, that would have been beautiful, though.
but I guess he was smart enough to anticipate his loss, so he sold his share. He didn't say who, but he sold the share. So now we know Adam is still 50% owner of the company.
The only clue he gave was that it was someone he liked.
This might
Yeah,
not
the
be an M.
only
Night
clue
Shyamalan
he
movie.
gave was that it was someone I don't agree with.
This might not have been an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but it was a famous T production.
What a twist!
Okay, then we move on to the next match. DJK versus DC's AM champ for the AWC Activision Championship. And boy, oh boy, did DC break out every new move in his playbook for this. He breaked out a lot of moves we haven't seen done in a long time at this. In DC
I mean,
match.
let's see, there was a fighter's elbow, a flighter's elbow, the spiral elbow, and then the rope assisted Vindicator.
That Vindicator was nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, one wrong step and we could have seen the limit break gig, and oh my god, we don't need to see that in AWC.
Exactly.
That's too much for AWC to handle.
Sucked.
Yeah, oh yeah, that submission is too much to handle.
So,
It,
with that being said,
I give this match an 8.
I give it an 8 as well. It was a really good. It was a pretty good match. It was
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I honestly feel this is one of the few matches in wrestling history that we can say I wish had went a little bit longer.
That is true. I felt like it ran at a good time, but it could have went a little bit longer.
Wait, what match?
DC versus DJK.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was real good. I give it 9.
Stop sipping on your victory wine, champ.
Champ.
Then we got
Jay's
to the
the
next
champ.
match, which I personally thought was match of the night. We got to Alejandro Leyva versus Adam Balaz versus Dane to crown the inaugural AWC Alpha Weight Champion.
But let's take a moment to appreciate all the hard work of these costumes. I mean, Adam Balaz went back to his original attire. You had Nightmare Marvel in his green and black, and then you had the Latino Shao Kahn that is Alejandro Leyva.
Alejandro Leyva came out looking like the
You
devil
made
was Sparta.
You legit made that man Shao Kahn.
Now that was Triple H.
That was Shao Kahn.
Don't make me laugh.
What, you want to be Lord Palpatine now?
I mean, if you had not known any of these people, you probably would have went into this match thinking that guy's gonna win because his entrance was way too badass for him to lose this match.
Yep. Wrestling Logic 101. The better the entrance, the more chance there is you're gonna win.
Well, this was an amazing match. Probably, I would say this is better than the Spring Gas Triple Threat, if you ask me.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
So,
Oh, the only thing I'd say was that when Adam left, the pacing was a bit awkward at times.
The pacing was a little off at times, and there was some miscommunication among certain, I guess, spots you'd say.
yeah, but it was resolved when Alejandro went for the super kick of a lifetime and knocked both men out. He passed out during that. And Adam came back into the ring, but then Jay Blaze came out. I mean, there was no entrance music, so no one knew that Jay strategized here. Jay didn't come out through the ramp. He didn't play his music. He came out through the crowd and then slowly walked around them. And made it a fatal four-way. Huh?
He didn't even give the ring announcer enough chance to announce it was a fatal four-way.
Shit, the bell, all we heard was the bell ring. He climbed to the top rope, knocked Adam down, hit the corkscrew 450, and then pinned him.
And we have an alpha weight champion in Jay Blaze, who can finally say he has heavyweight gold. Actually, doesn't this give him the Triple Crown?
Yeah. I think so. It should be. It shouldn't, no?
I mean, isn't Jay Blaze a former Limitless champion?
He's number one Limitless champion.
No, tag team.
He's been X Factor.
X Factor.
So this was his first singles title?
Yes, this is his first singles title.
Oh, then he doesn't have the Triple Crown. Because it has to be a world, a tag, and a
Limitless.
like, mid card.
Well, now, I mean, if there was a season 3, it would be you have to win all 4 titles. You have to win the X Factor, the Alpha Weight, the X Division, and the Pro Division.
The X.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if the X Factors are gonna stay, there's gonna be one big rule change with that bad boy. But I'll wait until the end of this.
Then we get to the main event of the evening, and shit went down in the main event.
Oh!
2 out of 3 falls match between Jin, Kazi, and Marco, Taz, and Cali. And I felt like the match was really good, but I felt like the previous match was better. I felt like Alejandro, Dane, and Adam was better than this match.
Honestly, no. I'd say this match was
not
better.
in terms of the ending, just in terms of match quality overall. I felt like Adam, Ali, and Dane was better.
No.
You have to remember one big factor. With the previous match, it was one fall to a finish, and a man got involved and made it a fatal 4-way, where this match was spanned out among 3 different stages.
I honestly thought this match was better. I like the aggression from both men, the amount of moves pulled out. Like Adam, Dane, and Ali just felt like guys. Like when they hit their finishers, that was it. With Marco and Jin, they were pulling out everything.
I mean, and there was
Jin
some.
tapped into his old finisher, the Red Arrow, which we haven't seen him done since season 1. We then seen Jin hit the Tempest, what he's never done in AWC before. So that was a jaw dropper. Jin did out a lot, and Marco also pulled out a lot.
Yeah, but there's one story that we can tell proudly, that for the first time in AWC history in a championship match, Jin Kaze was pinned.
Yeah, Jin was pinned in the first fall, no less.
Yep, Marco was able to nail him with the attention grabber, and it was a done deal.
But you could tell in the second fall that like vehemently pissed Jin off because he went in on the second fall.
Yeah, Jin busted that man.
Yeah, Jin got ultra high octane after that.
This was legit unofficial Devil Jin levels of anger.
Jin kinda, I wouldn't say he destroyed him in the second fall, but he beat Marco's ass in the second fall.
I'll put it like this. If we did these falls like the European people do, or like the Impact Grand Championship, round 2 was Kaze's by default. But round 3, oh my god.
Round 3 was a whole nother level. These men went at it. It was almost like you didn't know who's going to win. It's like, is Jin going to retain? I don't think everyone really guessed who. I don't think anyone really knew if Marco or Jin was going to win this match once the third fall came around, because it's kind of hard to tell.
I mean, honestly, for me, I had forgotten it was 2 out of 3 falls. So when I saw Marco pin Jin, I'm like, oh my god, Marco finally did it. And then the next match started, I'm like, shit, it's 2 out of 3 falls.
So it came to the first fall. All 3 men were going at it. And then we hear this theme song playing that we didn't know about it, and it's like, it's the shareholder, but who's the shareholder? And then
surprise, bitches!
It's fucking TJ of all people.
There, Adam Balaz would come out and
Wait,
reveal
no, we're
that
not there yet. We're not there yet.
Oh, Frank, we're a little bit ahead, because TJ entered the ring, and people believed with his stare down of Jin, he was going to help Marco. But we saw the swerve of the century, as he would then deliver a thunderous shadow stomp to Marco, Taz, or Cali.
Sure did. Jin followed that up with a strong win, and he got the 3rd win over Marco.
And then Adam came out, and everyone thought, oh, the new elite is BMC, the Windmaster, and the Demigod. But yet again, M. Night Shyamalan plot twist, as Kaze and Shadows would dismember Adam Balaz, hitting the team move that's banned in even Japan, that double team Tempest Shadow Stomp combination.
Shadow Stomp at the same time. Adam should have died at that moment.
That was the Darkened Skies. That move is banned in Japan for a reason. Frank knows. He saw it.
Yeah. But then things didn't end there.
Because we thought Adam was making a comeback. He was going to lay out Jin, and then here comes fucking DC. Like, what the fuck did DC come out?
he thought DC was gonna help. Like,
And
oh,
then,
I'm
nope,
gonna.
and then he just started beating up at it too. I'm like, what the fuck?
For a minute, I thought we were gonna see a strong wing fighter's elbow combination.
That would be crazy.
That would have been death. But at the end, one thing was established as we also saw the reappearance of Mr. Banks, DJK, and Anarchist.
All men, let's see. Let's go down that way. We have David, who's out for the next 6 to 9 months. DJ, who's now retired. And Mr. Banks is basically a manager at this point. So we can say all three men are basically managing the new elites, TJ Shadows, DC's Amcham, and Jay Cosby, who stood tall to close out the season.
They are the Men in Black. They really were the Men in Black, and that's hilarious. I give that whole ending, along with the match, a 10.
Yeah, I give it a 10.
10.
Because anything else would just be insulting.
I got a question. Adam and Jin are still X Factor champions. What happens there?
We don't know. And then, much like Triple H, Tyler does not explain why he chose TJ of all people. It'll never be explained. Why did Tyler choose TJ? It'll never be explained.
I will answer that question here and now. It is simple. Because Tyler had two options. Either all the power goes to Adam, knowing that Adam would be too much of a goody two-shoes, or he gave it to me after I told him I would just do what I think is for the best. And if what I did to JC didn't prove anything at the time, what I felt was best was that I'd be at the top of the mountain no matter what happened.
You were at the top of the mountain. We were at the top of the mountain.
No, you two were at the top of the mountain. I was stuck at the bottom because of bullshit and bullshit and bullshit. So I decided, you know what? Fuck climbing. I'm gonna go on the escalator up the mountain.
Lazy.
Yeah, you could call it lazy. I call it legend. Wait for it, Gary.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. You people are crying because I'm like...
If there is a season 3, can anybody stop?
And then at the end of the show,
I'll
we
kill
see
everybody.
the return of Papa Yuma, and then the show.
For no damn reason.
Why is he there?
Because there was rats in the building, so I called the exterminator and he popped up.
He was fired.
The new
So,
Delete. The new elite.
with that being said, I would give this show a perfect 10.
I give this a perfect 10 as well.
I give it a 10.
I give it a 3.
8.
Fuck you.
I give it a 10.
Shut the fuck up, Alejandro. You're banned now.
No.
You're banned from
This
Twitter.
motherfucker just say 8.
Dane, why do you give it an 8?
I don't like the ending.
I give it a 10 though, honestly.
So Adam went from like winning multiple times in Kingdom to taking the L.
He took
Multiple
every
times.
L possible tonight.
Adam Balaz took an L as big as he was, and that's saying something.
The reason there's an L in
6
the
feet and 11 inches of L.
God damn.
Tonight was
Oh my.
Adam's night. His wife.
No, it wasn't. Maybe it's because he wasn't in his usual attire. Maybe it's because he went back to his old attire.
Maybe that's why he went back to being a job.
I mean, think about it like this. All the colors in that beatdown prove one thing. Orange is not the new black.
That's
The
how you're a
animal.
jobber again.
His name is now BMJ, Big Military Jobber.
Needless to say, that was the ending of AWC Season 2. So, a round of applause for that show and the end of the season. Yeah, woo! So, I'd like to give a big thanks to every person who was in the audience who watched AWC, whether you watched them from the very beginning to the very end, if you joined along the way, if you joined in the middle, hell, if you joined at the very end and you just decided to watch Kingdom. Thank you very much for supporting AWC through and through for the past year, because yes, believe it or not, AWC Season 2 has been running for almost a year now. Had it ran a few more days, it would have been a full year that Season 2's been running. I would also like to give a thank, even though I only gave thanks to a few people in the show in general, that was kind of like my way of saying that they're like the top villain. But I would like to give a big thanks to everyone who participated in AWC's production, which would be everybody like Alejandro Leyva, Adam Velaz. I'm not going to go down the names of every single person, but just a big thank you to every single person who contributed something, somehow, to AWC. And a big thank you to Tyler Williams, who's the most amazing person in the entire world to put this all in.
Oh my god, stop sucking your own dick! Is there anything else you'd like to say, oh humble quote-unquote leader?
I'm kind of done there. Is there anything else you guys want to say? This is probably going to be the last time we speak it for the AWC.
Well, allow me to say two things. One, as the new guy in charge, all of you are now my bitches, if you are not the elite.
I am the elite.
But, if I'm being serious, not as TJ in character, but TJ the human being, as difficult as that is, I will honestly say thank you, Tyler. AWC was a place that, as everyone knows, I didn't give a shit about for more or less 75% of its existence. But as an E-Fetter, there are times where you just need a place where you can relax and not have to deal with out-of-character drama and only have to worry about partial in-character drama. And AWC was that place where I could at least escape the drama to an extent. So I thank you for providing a place I could do that. Even if at times you made it very difficult to be thankful. Anybody else with a speech they want to say?
No, I got it. Tyler and I have a plan for an interview, and I'll deliver my speech there.
Oh, you get an interview? Why don't I get an interview?
Because it's for a school project.
Bitch, you asked me to help you with that project!
Yes, This is your part of the help. Kingdom counts.
Oh, god damn. Well, fine then. If the person who's giving Franklin his grade is listening, give him a grade, or I will send the elite after you!
Anyone else before we close out?
Let's see. Something to close us out.
Anyone else before we close out?
Anybody else?
No.
Let's predict Season 3, Episode 1 match card.
No.
Damn it.
Alright. Well, there is one thing I have to say, and that goes back into me being in boss mode. As you see, Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, for the next 365 days, you are now a wrestler and a member of the AWC roster. Am I correct? I'm waiting for you to speak, good sir. Well, I feel it's only right that you give back to the wrestlers you oh so wonderfully helped in your own special way, which is why the moment Season 3 gets green-lit and premieres, you are going to open up the show in a way that only you can. Tyler Williams versus Dane in a street fight.
Yay.
All the seasons are not final, and thus there is a Season 3.
But I'm saying, the moment it's greenlit, that match is official.
Wait, Season 4, you mean 3?
The fact that I'm in control. The fact that I'm in control, I'm about to make this some bitch have more arcs and storylines than Dragon Ball Z. You are not prepared for what I have planned.
Uh-oh.
Just know this, there are some people who are going to hate me, some people who are going to be thankful because I'm actually giving them a chance, because whether I'm a heel or not, I do recognize hard work, and you will be rewarded as such.
Yes,
Anyway,
but,
that was season 2 of AWC. A big thank you to everyone once again for your contribution, for watching, for everything. Thank
Triple
you.
H is my favorite anime character.
I love each and every single one
dang.
of you. I wish to see you all later on this channel. AWC
For season 3.
bids you farewell, and once again, good night.